Women going through perimenopause and full-blown menopause know all too well the changes can be hard to navigate. Many are physical, like weight gain and thinning of the hair. And here with some non-invasive solutions to navigating premenopause and menopause is Dr. Tiana Tsitsi from Rejuvenation MD. Welcome back.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad to be back.
Dr. T, we love when you're here. And I just mentioned a few of the menopause, changes, but walk me through some other ones that I didn't mention.
Awful. I mean, it can be wonderful. This should be a great time of our life. We got through all the hard stuff, and now it should really be, we should just be embracing it. But things happen as we get older, and we lose our estrogen. We lose collagen about 1% per year starting in our 20s.
Oh my gosh.
And then that speeds up when we're in perimenopause and menopause. So all sorts of things happen. Gravity happens. Gravity continues to happen.
Yeah.
But it happens worse when we're losing estrogen too. So faces fall, breasts fall, everything falls.
No.
But we can bring it back up. It's okay.
There's
okay.
hope. And
There's
I want to talk about the non-invasive ways that women can get help, starting with the wrinkles and the sagging skin. So what can help?
So there's a lot of non-surgical things that we can do nowadays. You do not have to go get plastic surgery in order to feel younger, look younger, boost your confidence. So we do all sorts of things for, lifting and tightening, such as microneedling with radio frequency. Scarlet is one of those options. We have lots of laser procedures to help get rid of age spots. Some people call them liver spots. That's a terrible name. So we just call them sunspots, but we can get rid of those. And you can see some of the before and after pictures that I'm showing are actually a bunch of different patients that have done a bunch of different things.
Gosh.
So I always say, even if you're a runner, you should be doing weights, you should be biking, you should be swimming. So the same thing with these before and afters. These patients have done filler, they've done Botox, they've done radio frequency, they've done laser. They do it all, and really literally reversing aging as we look at them. I mean, these are spaced, I think this one is even 5 years apart.
Whoa.
I mean, it's pretty far apart, and you can see how much better her skin looks. So she feels confident, she loves it, and she will keep coming because, we don't want time to catch up to us and how we, view ourselves.
Definitely not.
Right?
I know. And fillers, you mentioned this too. So how can that help when you're losing its skin volume, right?
Yeah, we're losing skin volume. We lose our hyaluronic acid. We don't make it as much, and we have a really mean enzyme in our skin that eats it up, what we do have. So we're simply replacing naturally what naturally is there. So we can boost up your cheeks, we can fill in some temples. I mean, look at her cheeks are beautiful.
I know.
It really helped her jawline too.
Oh my gosh,
so
I like
we did
this.
chin for her. She has some jaw and some cheek too. So there's lots of things to just boost. Look at how cute she is and happy.
You can tell their happiness too.
It is funny. When we do a lot of before pictures, people are like, and then we do the after picture and they're like, smile. I'm like, no, don't smile so I could get the same kind of picture as before. But they're like, I can't not smile. I look so great. So a lot of non-invasive things that don't have to have any downtime, right? So you can get away with it.
Oh, we love hearing about the non-invasive procedures. And I know women going through this too complain a lot of times with thinning hair, right?
Yes.
So talk to me about this.
Oh gosh, I know. Well, even women can get what's called androgenic alopecia, and that's like male pattern baldness. But even women can get it, which is super rude. And a lot of it is genetic. But we have PRP, platelet-rich plasma, that can really help bring back hair. So you could see one treatment for this patient here. Look at her part is fantastic. And even the treatments of PRP work even better for women than they do for men. They work great for men, but they work even better for women. And we have Derive, which is plant-based stem cells. It can help enhance that hair growth. So we don't have to get thin. We can keep it full.
Gosh, to have these options are just so exciting.
It's really nice.
There's so much.
And I mean, hair can mean a lot to people. Like to me, I'm a curly haired Greek woman, crazy.
Yes, hair, it can be an identity for sure. It is for me.
I'll be sad,
weight gain too is something that a lot of women talk about.
Yeah, especially with perimenopause and menopause, we tend to start gaining it more in our abdomen, and it's really hard to get rid of after you're going through these changes. Yeah. So we have cool sculpting, thank goodness, like even like she had her outer thigh done. Wow. You could do your abdomen, your flanks or your love handles, even bra fat under the chin. So you can see this is a non-invasive way to help treat stubborn fat, and it's gone permanently. So it doesn't come back. The only time you make fat cells are when you're born, puberty, and pregnancy. So if you're done with all that, we're done making fat cells. If we can get rid of them with cool sculpting, great. And it's great to combine it with the GLP-1s that everybody's heard of.
I know, everyone's talking about it.
But the GLP-1s are only going to make your fat cells smaller. Cool sculpting destroys them. So if you were to go off those medications and you gain weight again, those fat cells are just going to get full again. Oh. But if you get rid of the fat cells with cool sculpting, there's nowhere for them to go.
Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, and finally, stress, urinary incontinence, and dryness can be a problem.
Yes, such a problem with our loss of estrogen. But thank goodness, the men have had their little blue pill for a long time. Now we have the O-Shot and we have Diva. So we have a laser treatment that helps resurface the insides of the vagina. We have the O-Shot that is exactly what I mean, and it helps with dryness and it helps with sexual wellness. Wow. So, and we happen to be doing a special on those. So
okay, what is that?
If you get 3 of the Divas, which is typically a usual regimen, then you can get O-Shot for half price. So it's saving about $1,000.
Oh my goodness.
So just for the New Day Northwest people, we thought that would be a great combo. And if anybody wants to learn about it, I love talking vaginas, which is weird to say, but women's health. Nobody talks about women's health.
Right.
We need to talk about it. We talk about men's health all the time. Let's talk about women. And then again, the stress urinary incontinence is something that nobody ever talks about.
It's true.
There's a lot of commercials for, Depends and things like that, but they don't even ever say anything about the other things that can help.
Thank you so much for being here. We so appreciate it.
No problem.
And like Dr. T just said, for a consultation, go to the website that you see right there on your screen. And the specials that Dr. T mentioned are for New Day viewers only.
This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by Rejuvenation MD.